A good way to learn graphic design skills and visual design skills is when you find something that you really like, do a screen capture and then bring that into PowerPoint, kind of play around with some of the ideas in there. I'll show you an example of how this works with the recent image that I captured. So the other day I was reinstalling Skype and came across their welcome screen. I really liked the layout on the welcome screen, and I thought, this is a kind of a layout I could use in an e-learning course. So I captured it, and then we'll talk about ways to play around with this. So one of the things I like is I kind of like the open space. I like the fresh colors and the big icons. And then the layout here is really nice because, a lot of times you have people that come into an e-learning course, they don't know anything, and they have to approach the course in a more linear fashion. So they might start at section 1, then 2 and 3. So this is kind of what this could represent. So get started here. And then some learners come into the course and they already have some knowledge, and they might want to just go to certain sections. And so this type of layout works, or you can actually click on a specific section. So I went ahead and created some derivatives. So what you typically need when you're building an e-learning course is you kind of need like a master screen layout, the main course title layout. And then if you have sections, you might need section screen or section title layouts. And then you're going to need all sorts of other types of layouts. So you might need a layout when you're using just text, and a layout where you're using some text and images, or layout where you're going to insert video, and you might want some places where you have images and a little bit of white space, and some where you need a whole bunch of white space. So the thing is to kind of create some of those things and just use them as you need them. So I just go ahead, if we go into the master slide, you'll see some of the ones that I created, and you'll get this so you can play around and do what you want to with them. But here's the kind of the main course section, and so you can click around here and go to a certain section, or you can click here to get started. Here's another derivative of this, and this is really where these exercises come in handy. So I built this first one here, but once that's built, then I can go around and start playing with the elements. I can say, okay, I've got this layout, really want to make this box bigger, or maybe I want to take this and I want to put it up on top, and I want to take these and put them on the bottom, or I want to put this on the left hand side, I want to put the icons over on the right side, or I want to put them all on one side and then have like a text box here. So once you build the elements, that's just a matter of playing around with them. Now when I'm working with the colors, I just design everything in the basic color scheme. So when we look at the let's go here. When we look at the actual color scheme, which I'm going to find here, you'll notice that you have these built-in schemes in PowerPoint. I'm just working with Office, and I just work within these color ranges here. And then I don't even worry about the colors for my template at that point, because when I want to create custom colors, I just create a new theme. And as long as I'm using colors within these accents here, or these boxes, then when I apply a new theme, the color changes. So you'll notice here we've got the blue and the orange, which is just coming from here and here. But as I roll over, you'll notice the accent and everything changes. So as long as you build within the kind of default setting, you can go in and create a new color theme and then create whatever you want. So don't worry about the colors being exactly perfect when you're working on this. Just work within that default theme. So you can see here's the main one. It's kind of a main title slide. Here's one. It's a slightly different one where I said, okay, I'm going to put a big box there and move some icons up. And then I wanted to create a section. So the section, basically you're going to bring that icon over, so the ones that aren't are kind of at a sub level. You can move this text around if you want to. And then I'm also tying the icon in here. And then when I actually get into my content, you can see you've got a number of choices. So you can do something like this. You can do a layout like this. These are just different layouts that you can work with. Here's one where it's more open and I've got the icons on the bottom, different navigation. And then here's one where I'm just using the orange and stuff. So you can see this derivative. So I started with that Skype look, and then I end up here, and this is kind of like a starting navigation. You got back and forth, and then here is just a backwards navigation. And then if you go into your home tab, anytime you want a new layout, you just choose one of those layouts and you're all done.